You're back at it again with another episode of Our Current Reality. For those who are new to our channel, check it out. This is Our Current Reality, producing inspiration through development. Truth, unashamed, unafraid.
Is he gonna answer?
What's happening, yo guys?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Welcome to SML Radio Show. I'm your host, Joseph Spassarelli. What's happening, mate?
Hey, Yocast. Thanks for having us on. This is Eric.
Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome. Thanks to Skype. We was gonna do this a regular phone call, but Skype is actually a better way of pulling it. So, first question. I gotta get my booklet of questions. I got a whole long list of questions for you guys right now. Let me find it. First things first. First things first. What is good sign?
Good signs are an effective way to make people feel better all over the world through merchandising, and we're actually an effective countermeasure to years of irresponsible marketing. Even though we don't buy into a lot of the controversial conspiracy type stuff or get political or even religious at all, we're being very effective at campaigning for encouragement and good all over the world. So it's just a great thing, and we're glad to have your help with it, Yokas.
Dad, that's what's up, man. I mean, so you're not religious, well, not you individually, but the movement is not a religious movement. It's not political. So you definitely broken down those two barriers right there, and you was like, we're not on this side, we're not on this side. We just want peace, right?
Yeah, we wanted it to be more of a faith in humans thing, something that could appeal to everyone around the world, something that wasn't clouded with hundreds of years of bloodshed and war. We wanted something that encouraged and empowered people and connected them in the real world, in the physical world, walking down the street, a reason for me and you to talk, to connect, to help each other feel better about our days.
Okay, so say for example, now what do you do, Kevin? That's I just heard, right?
Yep.
All right. What do you do as a team member on Good Sign Movement?
You engage in your community. You help deliver whatever it is you love to. You go to events. You actively participate. You live passionately and enthusiastically, and you share good signs, physical ones. You can buy giveaways and share them. People make them, but pretty much you embody the spirit of the movement. Which is to put other people first, to go out of your way to brighten someone's day, to bring a smile where it was lacking, to remind people that there is all sorts of incredible humans in this world, and hope is apparent and relief is here.
Do you think that you're going to get Obama to wear a Good Sign shirt?
Eventually.
Man, that was a strong question. That was a real strong question. And you said, yo, man, I'm going in with a straight answer, and it's going to be eventually. The best answer you can ever give. So
going to be wearing a good sign. Basically, that's our mission, is to spread this worldwide and have everybody carrying one or wearing one. So no holes barred.
Definitely. So tell me about the stickers. What type of merchandise do you have, and where can we get it at? I know it's this is a goodsign.com.
Yeah, we got the Square Up Market there. You click on the store as soon as you come in. We have a bunch of new clothing designs, reflect a lot of positive aspirations and lifestyle themes in our clothing designs that are brand new, just a couple weeks old. Really inexpensive, $25 gets you a really high quality athletic fitted shirt. We got signs, pins, stickers, pretty much anything you can imagine, and we are actually licensing our brand with 6 major U.S. manufacturers, and it's sold at college bookstores, variety shops all over the country. You can get posters, you can get clothing, you can get any number of things through our licensing partners in real retail and online. So it's all the information is right on the site.
Wow. So the stickers, do you have the ones that has a little sticky thing where I can stick it in the back of a window, like the baby on board thing?
Yeah, we have those with the suction cup. It's a 6x6 hard plastic sign. You can find that in the store. There's also really cool good sign ambassador kits or hope dealer kits. We really encourage and even discount some of our items to people that want to go out in their community. They want to go on a cruise like Holy Ship, and they want to engage thousands of people on there and have meaningful conversations and personal experiences, or they want to go to their high school and spread the word. When I was living in Detroit, I went into a restaurant and I had my good sign, and a hostess told me that 100 of the giveaways were going around her school, and they gave them to each other when they performed good deeds, and the teachers always ended up with them.
Wow. So, is there a chance that I'll ever see a good sign in the backseat of a police car?
Hey, there's always a chance of everything, but our team members are very responsible. They're conscious concert goers. They're good human beings, but we all make mistakes, and anything could end up anywhere. But I wouldn't say it's that likely.
Okay. So,
And to counteract that more interestingly, we probably have about 100 photos with police officers that are lining up to be in good sign photos, and one of which the police is actually giving the shocker.
wow. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that.
And in my town, they do refer to me as Good Sign Man, or actually back home in Michigan, they did. So the police are aware of who we are, and I always like to say that we're going after a problem from two different ways. We're trying to prevent the things from happening, and they're just trying to punish the people that are doing them.
So if you're driving down the street, I gotta tackle this question. I gotta tackle this for an answer. If you're driving down the street and you and Eric is just driving, y'all guys is chatting about the next big thing, and this is a good sign, and you see somebody getting arrested with the shirt on, what's your thoughts?
They were probably speeding, or they're probably texting and driving, and they shouldn't be doing that.
Our thoughts are no publicity is bad publicity, and the preponderance of the activity that is associated with good signs is always pretty good by comparison to what else is going on in the world.
So basically, it's to give a bad situation a good sign that anything good can come from bad.
It's about realizing that life is going to knock you down. You may get arrested. Bad things are going to happen. But life is about having a productive response to struggle. It's about what you do from there. We're all human, but it's the next moment in the series of moments after that show your integrity and character, and whether it was a mistake or it was really more revealing of who you are.
Wow. That is a deep question. I mean, answer. I got stuck on a question. As far as the shirts, the designs, is there a shirt? Have y'all came up with an idea, or you already have a shirt like this where it says, this is a good sign, you got your logo in the front? By the way, is it copyrighted?
Yeah, we're trademarked, copyrighted. We're locked down on all the intellectual property. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. You hear that? You other people out there trying to knock this off? This is a good sign.
And
so you
we're a
can't
God
copyright.
project, so you don't really want to get you don't want to run into that.
Yep, that's right. So, do you have a shirt that says "This is a good sign," and then on the back it would say like a quote, like something?
We have had a few in the past that have been, this is a good sign, you've been looking for one, or one of them said, what did it say? I forget what the actual shirt said, but we did do one with a quote on the back, and it was kind of a continuation of, the sign itself. So, yeah, we've done that before.
Okay. Is it possible that it could be customized?
Yeah, we're looking into personalization, such as people being able to add their names to the sign and have that printed on demand on a high-quality T-shirt or other piece of merchandise, and they could say Yocast is a good sign, or music is a good sign. It could basically be customized however we want. We're not quite there yet, though, but we're working on that.
When I first heard about the good sign, Eric, I was like, it had me thinking. I love to come upon things that just leave you thinking, like, this is a good sign. Okay, what is a good sign? Is this a good sign? Is the logo? What is good? This is the good sign. What is this? I love when I come across things and I come across people who leave you with questions like, what is this? All right, this is a good sign. You see someone wearing a shirt, and then you start thinking, what is a good sign? So when you're walking past them, you gotta look back and be like, so is there something in the back that would actually tell me what this is? It gets people pondering a little bit. As far as shirts, do you have any other products like hats, shoes, something?
We do
like
have
little
both.
mugs?
We have flex fit and snapback hats in navy and white or black. We are, pretty much anything you can think of. We're probably gonna have, but it's all, me and Eric and myself. We both have a lot of departments, and every day we develop one of them a little bit more. But right now, you're pretty much gonna get hats, shirts, tank tops, signs.
We got metal signs and posters and notebooks and notepads from like $100 million per year revenue licensing partner. I mean, we got some of the biggest names in U.S. manufacturing: Roaring Springs Paper Products, Fathead, original retro brand apparel that are licensing with us. So you'll be able to get any number of products with the Good Sign logo on it, and more and more every day are becoming available at retail and through the website and all that. So
Do you guys partner with any companies? Are you looking to partner with companies?
We license our logo out to companies that qualify to use our brand, and normally that means U.S. based, manufactured, responsible, ethical, socially responsible companies. We also have a magazine coming out called Good Sign Magazine. It's actually going to...
Oh my goodness! A magazine?
Yeah, I'll let Kevin tell you about it.
Wow.
Yeah, and to paint you a quick picture, in a world where people don't turn on the news because they're sick of hearing the retch of 4% of our species, Good Sign Magazine will recognize the difference makers who are contributing to a better tomorrow. In our first issue, we're featuring professional athletes, musicians, and social entrepreneurs who are changing our better world. Are shaping our better world, and Good Sign Magazine is ultimately going to give mankind a protagonist, a reminder that there are wonderful humans in this world carrying out wonderful acts all over the world, and in hopes that people will be inspired and pay their efforts forward.
Wow, that's amazing. As far as I know, when you told me the beginning of the show, where you said that we don't, is it that you don't participate with religious, or is it that the subject, the product, this is a good sign, is not religious?
Well, I'm personally Christian myself, and that's reflected in the way I conduct business. But the platform is developed as an open form, an open source positivity encouragement.
It goes to everything.
Totally neutral. I mean, if you think about it, when we're completely neutral, it's not that we don't stand for anything, but it allows us access to so much more. We're universally able to penetrate schools. We're able to put a giant good sign in the English classroom, a 10th grade English classroom in Santa Cruz High School last week. You couldn't do that with a lot of other things if they were political or religious oriented. So we're doing work, but we're keeping it right down the middle.
Ooh, I like that, man. You gotta. So this can be like, say for example, anyone out there, Muslim, Buddhist, anyone out there can come with this, and you won't be like pushy against them.
No, I mean, what would we be pushy against them? We say observe the golden rule: treat others how you want to be treated. Be a shining example of community. Like Good Sign has built a community all around the world. Today, there are thousands of people on 6 continents that carry, wear, and share good signs, encouraging and empowering others, reminding them to be happy and hopeful. Just yesterday, I had a friend in Bali. She summited a mountaintop there. This morning, I had friends that were in England posting their pictures of their good sign. I had another friend in Vietnam. We have people that are all around this planet that are, the good signs. It's an open invitation to come up and talk to whoever's carrying it. It's a permission slip to connect. And, a lot of people are shy, and it's not so easy just to walk up and talk to someone. But if they're carrying or wearing a good sign, it's that open invitation. And it becomes this forum, this offline movement, this platform for people to engage, connect, and inspire one another.
I'm so happy that you guys are just like open arms to anyone, everyone, and just saying like, this is a good sign. As far as good sign and everything, what do you like most about your work?
I just I love the people. Basically, I'm in it I have a heart for the people. I've experienced some suffering in my life, and it's bent my heart toward compassion and extraordinary acts of compassion being commonplace, on a daily basis. So that's why I'm in it.
Very good.
Purpose. Eric came up with a good sign. I discovered one before I met him. It wasn't immediate, but I recognized the good sign as a platform to connect with people, to share my words with the world. I'm a writer. And I refer to myself as an energy recycling center. I walk around with a good sign. I interact with people. I'm fueled by their positive energy, and then I take that. I'm a super emotional human being, and I write. And when I write, I'm returning that energy to them. I'm showering it back on them to show them how reciprocal it is and how circular it is. And it's unbelievable, the lives we've touched, that we've had this opportunity to, and for all the amazing stories we've heard from people in this world, it's about 1% of the lives we've touched, and the rest of our lives we'll be hearing more and more amazing stories, and it's just nice to be a part of something much bigger and go to work each day intent while it is you're doing what you're doing.
You have any plans for the future as far as like with good? This is a good sign movement. What do you see 10 years from now?
Well, right now we're actually in the process of founding the Good Sign Foundation, and that is going to be our platform for exposing all of the good that's going on all over the world, and that'll be a segue into our Good Sign Awards system, which actually is going to be an Academy Awards or Oscar level People's Choice type of awards that we're going to brand and distribute on the same level as those guys, get it on TV and have it be called the Good Sign Awards, and we'll be celebrating people who are a part of the solution, and that's going to be effective in more ways than one. I mean, it's going to show the youth of our country, for one, that it's not only possible to succeed at helping, but even to be celebrated and recognized for it in a very high-profile way, and that'll be really empowering for them, just on so many levels. So that's we're pushing ahead, and we have a very grand vision for this.
I see a shirt on the logo of this picture here. It says, "This is Good Sign." Does that wrap around the whole entire shirt?
That does. Yeah, that's one of our new.
Oh man,
coming out. Yeah, it's kind of like a biker shirt, high visibility. You're not gonna get, you're not gonna get missed wearing that shirt.
Sure not. Y'all have like y'all planning on putting these on cars and paying people to, say, or volunteering, say, hey, would you volunteer to put this on your car? Are you open to that? If anyone comes and say, I'll put it on my car?
Sure, yeah, vinyl wraps. We've had people propose that in the past. Nobody's actually executed of it that we know of. But we actually, for the most part, people come and buy our materials and actually rock a sign in their window, and they pay us to do so, and it helps support our movement and gives us the finances we need to continue. So it's great that we can say that it's actually reached enough people's hearts that they're willing to come out of pocket with a little bit to support us, and then actually rep it on top of that. So that's been a huge blessing for us.
That's good. How long y'all been doing this movement? I mean, where did it start from? I mean, the day that you woke up, day one till today.
Yeah, it was February of 2010, so just over 5 years ago. We started this in St. Augustine Beach, Florida. It was me and my brother, Jesse, kind of brainstormed the idea up together, and then I took off with it and ran and built it into what it is today. We're multinational reach and licensing with some of the biggest companies in the country, about to get retail placement, and we're working with right now consultants who work for the lead of apparel licensing for Disney and DreamWorks. It's really exciting.
Wow, that's really amazing. Multi-millionaires in the making, people, right here at SML Radio Show. They gonna give back to the whole entire world and keep it moving all the way around Right now, you can check out their stuff on their amazing stuff. It's not just stuff. This is a good sign. This is a good sign.com. Merchandises, everything you can probably think of. Put it on everything that you can get. Let the word go around the world that this is a good sign and it's here to stay. Now, my next question is, I'm gonna skip that one. Don't want to go personal unless you want to tell me how your childhood was and how does let me ask you something. This is going to both of you. Does this movement, this idea of running your childhood, does it connect?
One more, rephrase that. How does it relate to the childhood?
Like I'm saying, like, does it have anything to do with your childhood growing up? Like things that you saw that made you come up with this?
Yeah, I would think in a way, more so, probably the endurance of the struggle that caused me at some point in my life to open my mind enough to want to even give myself a grand vision such as this, to be able to pursue some grand solution, and empower myself. It came from quite a bit of struggle throughout my younger life and even through my adult life, which I've overcome, and I'm blessed to say I'm still here today. So just big picture stuff, looking back at a childhood growing up in New London, Connecticut, and probably not the best neighborhood, not the most money, but all in all it wasn't terrible, but like I said, I'm still here, so it's a good sign.
Wow, still here after all that. That's amazing that God can keep us alive long enough. I was talking to someone today and they were telling me, I had like health problems the other day, and they was telling me, they said, you don't want to die, and I was like, I looked at them like, I'm not dying anytime soon, because God has a work for me. My work is not done. Most of us people believe that it's work in the world, that as long as you're alive, that God still wants you to do something. So I think that God is definitely playing a role in this movement of pushing it forward, and as long as you stay strong, it will get around to everyone, because I see nothing but positivity into this. Like, I don't see nothing going wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with this. But you are going to have your critics, and you already probably had critics jumping at you like, that good sign looks so good, I gotta hate. But you said, man, because it does look really good. It is good. I mean, it's not just looking good, it is good. It is, man, that's the smartest idea in the world, man.
Thank you. Yeah,
I gotta say that.
You're right. Have been some people. It's been pretty funny at times how people can go out of their way to try to say something so ridiculous about something so benign and just good, and it's hilarious sometimes. So yeah, you're right on the money there. But overall, it's been really good though. The response is just super positive, and you can tell where somebody's coming from by the way they come at you when they respond to the sign. You can really tell what somebody's mindset is, maybe where they come from, just mentally in general. It's cool like that. So yeah.
I see that you got like a tattoo of the good sign. This is a good sign. You got a tattoo on there?
Yeah, we actually both got them. I'm sending you a picture of Kevin's too. It's pretty awesome.
Oh man, yeah. That is amazing.
It's just like 3 times as big as mine though. Kevin's a big dude. And he's got a that's
yeah, Yokas, I go by 6'7" Kevin.
Yeah,
6'7"?
6'7" Kevin.
We don't want to take any out of context there either.
Wow, man, y'all is doing it, man. So I got a question, and it's a very. What do you do any volunteering work?
We do a ton of volunteer work. We're members of the Santa Cruz Charter for Compassion. On MLK Day, we cleaned up a beach, which was one of 11 or 12 pod projects all the way around Santa Cruz. We've been people always talk about Tom's or this company or that company saying they donate, 1 for 1. We donate, for every good sign we sell, we probably donate 20. Like, we've been doing this for a long time, and we give away a lot of things, and we're volunteering our time in a sense, every day because we love it and we believe in it. And just now we kind of jokingly refer to it as harvest, but we've been making our lives we figured the quickest way to change the world is help support those who already are. So we've attached ourselves to a number of causes. I'm working with Sherry Watson, who is the founder of the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act. Pretty big deal. She's like MLK, but for people with disabilities. And she's written over $100 million in grants, and she's going to be in Good Sign magazine, and she's helping us develop our nonprofit. And we've been plugged in with a lot of really great organizations over the years. We've really helped drive and populate the list for the Love, Hope, Strength Foundation. They're out of Denver. And their Get on the List campaign, they swab people's cheeks at concerts and festivals all around the world to populate the organ donor banks for cancer patients. And they're one of the largest donor banks in the world. So, that's just a couple of things.
I swabbing people's cheeks. You got to tell me about that.
It's actually really simple. You wait in a line, you go up there, and they take just like a little Q-tip, and they take saliva from inside of your cheek, and then that's how they test to see, and they put you in their database. So if anyone who needs a transplant you're compatible with, then boom, they line you up, and you're an organ donor right there, and you save a life.
Oh, man.
Yeah, bone marrow, I think. So they must test your blood type or something like
Yeah,
that by doing that. So you match the blood type, the rarer blood types, and then you get somebody who needs the bone marrow. I guess it's an outpatient thing. You go in and give some of your bone marrow. It doesn't sound very pleasing, but I guess you can save some lives that way. And they're doing great work. So we support people who are doing work in the community. Like Kevin said, we support the ones who are being effective or having an impact, and by doing that, we are having an impact. And it's
when people come to you, and if companies want to reach out to you, where can they reach out to you? Do you have any information, like an email or something, or a website? I mean, besides thisisagoodsign.com, or is there even contact information on thisisagoodsign.com?
Yeah.
I already know the answer to this question, but I have to ask it for the people who are listening.
Anybody wants to get a hold of me can do so at eric@thisisagoodsign.com, and that's ERIC, or Kevin, even easier to spell, at thisisagoodsign.com, same as the website. And it's not It's a Good Sign or
This is a good sign.
It's thisisagoodsign.com.
And on thisisagoodsign.com, you'll find our contact page, you'll find our blog, you'll find About Us, Instagram, all that social media jazz. And you can very easily, you can find us on LinkedIn, or just Google Good Sign, and you'll see that we'll pop up. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Google, but apparently they're onto some things, and can help you find some.
Yeah, they always changing everything, man. One moment I'm going up on there, I'm looking up something, and it's just I'm like, oh, that's new. Every other social media is always changing. Yeah, it's always changing. It's like they never satisfied with one thing. One day the color's red, next day the color's blue. I'm like, your guy's gonna settle on something, especially Twitter. Facebook, you'll know it when you log in. You say it's something to change. Then you start worrying about your privacy. You're like, gotta go look at the tweets, gotta go look at the post, gotta make sure the post is private, got friends only. Gotta go run around making sure everything's the same, because they'll change up stuff on you. But This Is a Good Sign will not change on you. This Is a Good Sign will always remain the same.
But we won't change the details.
Yeah, but their purpose will always remain the same. Listeners, they will always remain the same as their purpose. You'll never see This Is a Good Sign doing a bad sign. They will always remain the same in their purpose, and I applaud them for this. Good job, people. Good job. So as far as this, what do you see moving on from this? As far as say This Is a Good Sign, would it have a different like phrase? Like, I know your purpose remains the same, but would it say this is a good purpose, or this is a good fruit, or this is a good person?
We actually toyed around with one of our ideas being this is a good scene magazine, a scene reporting magazine branded under the Good Sign brand. And we also have signs that say, hey, you are a good sign, and
I'm a good sign.
I'm a good sign for little kids. And we got, like I said, we're going to put people's names in there. And we're really open up our whole warehouse of designs and creativity to be sold under the brand on things like apparel, handbags, and whatever jewelry, whatever you have out there that we can design and put a design on and get into people's vision to encourage them and just build them up. So that's our plan. And it's working really well so far.
And if there's anyone, listening, or just for your future reference, like, we're all about custom designs for nonprofits, for causes, to help advocate. If people wanted to come up with a design or help collaborate on a design for like a specific event, let's say there was a lung cancer climb that was raising this amount of money, and we're all about coming in and partnering and supporting people, and we could make them custom design shirt or hat for their event, exclusively like for their people and supporters.
Where can we find you at in the internet?
ThisisAgoodsign.com.
No, I know, like social media.
Oh yeah, Facebook.com/good sign. This is a good sign with no spaces on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram, we got Good Sign Man, Good Sign Movement, Good Sign Guy, Good Sign Sam, Good Sign Dan. It goes on. It goes on and on.
And Instagram is one of the best places to kind of see and feel the movement. You see all the participation we get from people all around the world, and how much they support and connect and travel, and how it's just become this great commonplace.
Tell them about the yoga girl. This girl, Yoga Girl from Los Angeles, was down at a big festival in Costa Rica, and she posted up a photo holding up the good sign on her Instagram yesterday, and she's got 1.2 million followers. Next thing you know, it's got 40,000 likes, and it's getting around Facebook, and
woo! Thank you, Jesus, right there.
Yeah, so it's
right there.
That's how it works. We got DJ, one of the latest blog posts.
DJ Good Sign. Good Sign. Good Sign Movement. Yeah, I see that happening.
Our latest blog post is from DJ Sonic. He's from Arizona, and he was just at Crush in Arizona. It's an Insomniac festival, like a Valentine's Day festival, and he actually got the good sign from a buddy of mine who was in Arizona working the Super Bowl, and he took it out, and he had no idea what he was in for, and he was just like taking photos of 20, 30 people, and he was just like, wow, I didn't, these girls came up to me and said, this is our first, festival, and we were intimidated, but as soon as we saw the good sign, we knew we were in the right place. And he's like, wow.
Yeah.
Now I can't go to another event without it.
Yeah, so
hey, you guys got a banner or something? Like a banner? I want to post this on my Twitter page. I got about 1.6 million people following me. I want to post this on my banner page. Can you send me a banner? Can you email me the banner photo for Twitter?
Absolutely, we can do that.
I'll post that. I'll remove I got like a banner for my film. I'll remove that and put that up there. I'll do that.
Hey, in case no one's told you lately, you're beautiful and you're doing a great job, and we appreciate you.
That's man to man, right?
good human to good human.
A good human to good human. Thank you. Yeah, I did that film. If I would have met you guys earlier through the year when I was working on this film, I would have put that in, because I got like over 100,000 views on that video. I would have put that like a picture of you in the film. That would went in, paying forward. This is a good sign. Oh man,
yeah, we have
get so many ideas about that right now.
We had an idea today. Must be divinely inspired, because I think we're thinking along the same line there. We want to go out to people who have not only already created viral videos and done very well, but they've done so either for a cause or some good activity. Like you got the free hugs guys, you got the ALS thing, people doing causes.
You said the free hugs?
Yeah, you got all kinds of viral videos out there that are beneficial. Somebody who's doing something good and they've got a viral video and they've done it, we want to approach them and say, hey, on your next video you make, put the good sign down in the corner. You know, we'll come feature you in the magazine. We'll give you some more exposure through our platform. You expose us through your platform. So anybody who wants to collaborate on that level, we're open to that. You know, qualifying candidates, of course, doing something good. So
the children, what do you have for the children?
Oh, we got a lot for the kids, man. Like I said, we just put up the big Fathead Good sign, Fathead product. It's a 4.5 by 4.5 foot wide good sign made of vinyl. You can tag up on the wall. We put that in the high school locally here in Santa Cruz. We also, with some of our consumer products through our retail, when that gets grown a little bigger, we're going to be benefiting a company in New Jersey called Little Kids Rock. It's an organization that actually gives musical instruments to underprivileged children, underserved populations all over the country, mainly in metro areas like LA and Tampa, Florida, New York, New Jersey. And they go in and they give a bunch of instruments, but they take it one step further. Like you got VH1 Save the Music. They'll come in and they'll provide a lot of resources, but they won't necessarily come in and actually train the teachers in how to reach the kids and how to use the instruments and follow it up a step further. So they provide the instruments, and then they come in and provide the bodies, and they say, hey, you know, we're here to get this music program rejuvenated. So that's something we support, because music scene is, you know, it's at our heart. We love music, and it's how we promote, and it's how we get communications going in the world about our brand, and yeah, so we love it, and we love kids for sure.
Do you like, what about book authors? What you have to say about collaborating with them?
It depends on the author. It depends on the book. I'm an author myself. You know, it's all about alignment.
Where can I get your books from?
Amazon. Amazon.com. It's called The Dying Romantic, and I published it last year, and it's a collection of my poetic longings, very spoken word and lyrical, and it's the themes of self-discovery, love and loss, and inspiration. It's about 80% inspiration. You know, that was probably in the past, probably the last 3 years of my life I wrote it. My first book was called The Haven Sanitarium, and that was about a mental institution that treated children, celebrities, and the criminally insane. That you can find on my site, kevinallenlamb.com. And I'm about 160 pages into my first memoir. It's called Just Living on Caffeine, Dreams, and Love. It's my mission statement as a hopeful romantic.
Oh, hopeful romantic. I so used to seeing that on websites, like, you know, dating websites. I was on a dating website and I saw someone say, yeah, I'm a hopeless romantic. And I'm like, hopeless? I don't know what that means. You know, then I started figuring out that's me. You know, but you were saying something about authors. I didn't mean to cut you off right there. I got like a little too ahead of myself, but go ahead. Finish telling me about the author.
I was saying, I mean, we're absolutely open to collaboration and partnering with people that fit, you know, that are doing wonderful things in this world, that, you know, anyone who has a wonderful message that is trying to help people and positively influence others' lives, you know, we'd love to have a chat, a phone conversation, a meet in person to, you know, part of doing this and part of really wanting to make positive change and heal the hearts and minds of the masses, you have to be open to every possible avenue. You know, you gotta keep an open mind, an open heart, and an open soul.
I like that. That's real good. Open mind, open heart, open soul. So, I gotta hit you with the question of the day. What is your thoughts on the question of the day? Not about this is a good sign. I'm talking individual wise. Who created God? Where did God come from? How do you think about that question?
I think you nailed it, man. There is no creator.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you. What is your answer?
I agree with what you summed it up when you said it. You know, he always was, always is, and always will be. There really is no creating God. It's just he just is. You know.
Definitely. So, anything. This is a very strange question, submitted question. This question, I'm going to say it like this. As far as this is a good sign, I don't even know how to answer this question. I mean, ask, the question. If you see something going on, if you see gang members, you know, people who are struggling with abuse, alcohol anonymous, rehab centers, do you guys actually go there and talk about this is a good sign, pass out your merchandise to them?
It's a wonderful idea, and very recently, as we've been developing the Good Sign Foundation, we've talked about taking the next level of our relief efforts, and we've talked about going to homeless shelters, NAAA, retirement homes, children's hospitals, going to a number of places where people are least empowered, where they're down and out, where a lot of people may have written them off, and we want to go and bring positive psychology and philosophy and show them that people do care and help them, rebuild and to connect with their community again and to feel like they're a living, breathing part of it and not just some number written off.
Wow. So it's just like if you see these people coming on and they're in rehab centers, you'll actually go there and visit.
It's something we'd explore, but honestly, one of my first thoughts is it kind of seems like we might be taking advantage of people by going in with a cause. That would be something we'd have to delve into. I'd want to talk to established relief organizations that have had experience with that. Just we wouldn't want anyone to think that we're going into a shared environment where people are really trusting with that community and trying to sell T-shirts.
Okay, that's definitely on a good purpose, a very, very positive purpose. And if you guys have any commercials or anything you want me to air on here, I'm always welcome to support that and put it on here and just run it like the one I'm going to play when I'm done with the interview here. I'm always open arms for everything like this, and even bad things, like people who are coming from that bad side of life. What is your ideas on that?
Oh, well, people who come from the dark, eventually they got to come into the light. I mean,
no. What I'm saying is, I got mixed up with that question. Let me see. The question I'm trying to ask, because sometimes I would have the question in my head to ask someone, and then when it comes out wrong. What I'm trying to say is, when you see these people out here struggling, what about the homeless? As far as you come and sit with them and say, listen, man, this is a good sign. Take this good sign. Give it to your friends who are struggling in soup kitchens and everything.
Actually, at one point, I had been giving out a lot of good signs to homeless folks and telling them that they could actually use it to panhandle. Some of my business advisors have cautioned me against continuing to do that practice, but it's not the greatest alignment for PR, but I didn't really care. I mean, I said, this is a great way to accomplish two purposes. One, this person's hungry on the street. I can get them a good sign, get them sharing smiles with some folks. So this one gentleman in particular, where it finally actually worked for all parties involved, was down on Pacific Avenue in Santa Cruz, one of the most diverse, populated, and highly transient areas probably in the country. And he's down there panhandling on the street openly, and he's showing little little photos of disaster areas and hurricane damage, and this is his offering to people to in exchange for their offering, he's going to allow them to take one of these pictures home with them for giving a donation. I said, man, I think you're going about this all wrong. Here, take this take this little 6x6 good sign, little plastic 6x6 good sign, and I want you to hold this up and just sit there like you're doing and see how that works for you. Just long story short, as I come back about 5 hours later, he's sitting there with the biggest grin on his face. All his little pictures, all his little disaster pictures are put away, and he's just sitting there silent with a big grin on his face and holding both hands, holding the sign up, and he's been just doing it all day in this one position. He's got his eyes closed, and
So for the people who are like, what's a good sign? You look stupid holding up a sign that says this is a good sign. What do you have to say for those people?
The great thing about it is People who carry good signs are volunteering their vulnerability. It's why we form such meaningful relationships in so short amount of times. By making yourself vulnerable, you're exposing yourself. Like, for 6 months, everywhere I went, I walked around with that. And I knew that people are going to judge me and think that I wasn't educated or I didn't work for a living or this, that, or the other. And that was fine. I don't want to talk to them. It's an deterrent. I knew the intelligent, the curious, the good people, they'd come up and they'd ask about it and they'd engage. And, that's the way it's worked. And it continues to do so. And people are very receptive and willing to connect with you and offer you some information that they probably wouldn't offer a stranger on the street, maybe not even a good friend or family, because you put yourself in that position to receive it.
Woo! Shots fired. TKS, man, I don't know where you come up with these answers from, man, but I want some of that.
Hey, just so you know, I hosted my own sports talk radio show called Shaggy Lamb and the Fan for a year in Detroit.
Man, look, Lord Jesus, when I come from the next life, I want to be him.
The good sign guy over here actually hosted live and recorded radio in Lansing, Michigan at LCC Community College, and they had a great rock station up there, and I love radio, so it's a great channel to be able to express yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so these two individuals, great individuals, this is the Good Sign movement. It's they got logos, they got t-shirts, they got merchandise. It's like the 6x6 sign with the pushing little thing that's sticking in the window.
Suction cup, yeah.
They got that. They got everything. I don't know the name of these things. But you can check them out at thisisagoodsign.com. Follow them on my Twitter at thisisagoodsign. And check them out. I'll be having them back on the radio in no time, telling them what great success they had 10 years from now. Hopefully they gotta be alive then, and definitely know what they're doing. Thank you guys for coming on the show. I really appreciate that on SML Radio. You heard it first right here with your host, Yokis Basavelli. Thanks, guys. Have a good
Thanks
night.
for having us, Yokis. Take care.
Blatantly and unafraid to come against the powerful institutions of discussion.